It's Tuesday stitch time. Grab your hook and yarn. We're making something cozy, cute and warm. New stitch, new trick, let's learn today. Easy steps, I'll guide the way. Whether you're new or stitching pro, come along, let's hook and go.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Pseudo's Crochet and More. This is your host Crystal. Today is going to be a stitch that I'm naming the Poppin stitch, and I will show you a sample of how it works up. Now this is the I used the Premier Basix DK Multi. This is the color Sweet Dreams, and I used a 4mm hook for this one. And I call it the Poppin stitch because if you can tell, some of the stitches are popping out on this side. Now this is the right side of the work. There is a right side and wrong side, and I'll tell you about that more as we get into the tutorial. But this is the Poppin stitch, and this is what it looks like in a variegated. I am going to be doing it in a solid for the tutorial. I'm hoping that the stitches pop with this because I tried it with a different yarn first in a solid, and it really wasn't showing very well. So what I'm going to suggest is one of the stitches you're going to need to do a little bit tighter to make that other stitch really pop. I'm using this is a discontinued yarn, but if you have any of it, you know what it is. It's the Eco Cozy yarn by Loops and Threads. This was out quite a few years ago. I got it on clearance for $3 a thing. I have this color, a purple, and a green, but I chose this one for the tutorial today. It does recommend a 6.5mm hook, but I'm going to use a 7mm hook and an inline. You can use whatever hook size is recommended for your yarn that you're going to use with this stitch. Now this stitch is a multiple of 2 plus 1, and I'm going to go ahead and chain up 21. So you got your slip knot. I already did my slip knot. I have my hook through the loop from the slip knot. Now I'm going to yarn over and pull through that. That's 1 chain. I'm going to yarn over, pull through that one. That's 2, yarn over, pull through 3 loops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's my multiples of the 2. Then I'm going to add 1 more, 21. Okay, so if you're following along, you should have 21 chains. We're going to skip the first 3 chains. Don't count the one on your loop. So 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th chain, we're going to place a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You'll have 3 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. You'll have 2 loops left on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. You've just made your first double crochet. And now it is 1 double crochet into every chain until the end. Now, just to let you know, this is the right side of the pattern. This chain 3 that you skipped does not count as a stitch. So let's do that again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And again, continue that all the way down to the end. This first row is all 1 double crochet into each chain. I hope everybody's doing well. Are you getting ready for the 4th? Do you have any plans? You going anywhere? Are you going to go see any fireworks anywhere? I have a feeling it's going to be a big, anywhere you're at, you're probably going to hear them going off all the time. They're already starting to do it around my house with just the little stuff as soon as it gets dark. It's like, ugh. And my dog, Bella, she does not like fireworks because the sound hurts her ears. So we have to give her calming treats during this time of year. And this year, I do believe, unless people go somewhere to watch them or watch them on TV, it's going to be loud as all get out here. Now, I'm not pulling up both loops with this stitch. You can if you want to through the chain. You don't have to. Now, this will be a little bit more open on this first one because I am using a slightly larger hook, but I could not find a 6.5 to save my life. And I think that a 6 would have been too thin, too small of a hook, too thin. But this yarn I'm using is a roving style, so I don't know. It might have worked out just fine. All right. If you've already gotten to the end, you can fast forward to meet me up down there, or you can just listen to me talk. I'm recording this on Sunday, June 28th. I can't believe there's only 2 more days left in this month. And then we'll be into July already. I cannot wait for fall to get here. We've been in the triple digits where I live. I live in West Texas, and it still gets hot here. It's a different type of heat because we have very low humidity to no humidity at all. It just fell right off my hook. So when it's 107 or 101 out there, or even 100, that's exactly what it feels like. There's no added extra moisture to the air to make it even hotter. Right, getting down to the last few chains here. I will probably work up, going forward with the Tuesday tutorials, I'll probably do a little bit of a swatch on different colors to show you what different stitches would look like with each one of those, the colors that Premier came out with. There are 12 colors, so expect at least the next 11, after today, the next 11 stitch tutorials to be done up in that yarn to show you what it would look like worked up in that stitch. And I know other people are going to do that too, but they usually do one video and then they show you all the samples that they've worked up and what stitches they used. Okay, so I'm at the end of row 1. Again, this is the right side. So you should have 20 no, not 20. We're going to count here. It should be 18 stitches. 18 or 19. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 double crochets. Remember, we're not counting this chain that was skipped as a stitch. So you can ignore that chain 3 on row 2. So for row 2, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. That chain 1 is not going to count as a stitch. We're going to go into that first stitch on top of that last double crochet and do a single crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. Now, in the next stitch, we're going to do a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And that is going to be the repeat all the way down to the last stitch. So the next one is going to be a single crochet. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Next one is a double crochet. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so we just did double, so the next one's going to be a single. Insert your hook. Trying to get this so you guys can see it. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through both loops. Now we're back to a double. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Next one is going to be a single crochet. Insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through two. Next one is going to be a double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through two, yarn over, pull through two. Next one's going to be a single. So keep repeating that all the way down to the end, and I'll show you how to finish this row. Single, double, single, double, single. I'm just talking to myself here. I could be talking to you guys. So yeah, I really hope, whatever you're doing on the 4th, you stay safe. I do have a song for that day. It will be out at 9 a.m. on Saturday. So if you want to come listen to it, it doesn't have anything with crochet in it. It's just a song for the 4th of July and celebrating 250 years for being independent from Britain. From England, however you want to say it. Okay, so I'm down to my last 2 stitches. I just did a double, so we're going to do one single and then one double. Ignore the turning chain. Single and then double. Make sure you're not sticking it into the turning chain. You actually use this last stitch spot right here to do your last double crochet. Okay, and then row 2 is complete. It will look a little weird on this side, but when we flip it over, you should start to see the double crochet stitches pop out. The tighter that you do your single crochets, the more that the double crochets will pop out on the other side because you're squishing that stitch down. So for round 3, or row 3, I've been doing a lot of round stuff. Can you tell? I'm sorry. Row 3, chain 1, turn your work. And see how that's all pushing out right here? It's kind of hard to tell. Let me see if I can get this. See how those are popping out? That's because you're doing a single, then a double, then a single, then a double. So the tighter that you do those stitches, the more that they're going to pop out for you. Now, since this is the right side of this pattern, we're going to put one double crochet on top of the last double crochet just worked. And then we're going to do one double crochet into every stitch all the way to the end of this row. Now, sometimes it'll be hard to see the single crochets because you kind of squished them together with the doubles on the sides of them. So just be careful you're not skipping a stitch. So I just did the first double crochet. The next one is right here. One after that is here. If you need to, you can turn your work to look for the V's at the very top to know where to place your stitches. So we're going to do another double crochet. Like I said, it's one double crochet into every stitch to the end of the row. My husband had to work this weekend. He's not very happy. He couldn't go out on his motorcycle. He couldn't spend time with family this weekend. and he's gonna be wore out by the time that the 4th comes around. But we're gonna probably do something cooked at home. Um, I can actually stay up and watch fireworks, um, whether they're on TV or in my local neighbors doing them, or I just have to make sure that I give Bella her calming treats because she really, I mean, Bear's kind of getting used to the loud noises because when my husband starts up his motorcycle, she doesn't flinch at all. She doesn't care about that or not. But Bella is scared to death of that noise. Now, this yarn that I am using is a roving style yarn, so it does go from thick to thin. And the thickest it would be is a bulky 5. So, and the thinnest I think could go down to is like a 2. I'm not sure. I haven't worked with this yarn a whole lot. I got it, but I haven't decided what I want to do with it. Because it's a hand wash, I do believe. Is it hand wash? Yeah, it's hand wash and lay flat to dry. So it's not one of those yarns I would technically gravitate towards, but I really did like the colors when I saw them. Tomorrow should be a review on one of the kits that I got recently, whether it's the amigurumi or the coaster kits. I'm not sure just yet. I did work up one of the amigurumis for the turtles, but I kind of want to remake him a little bit because there's things that I noticed that the instructions didn't particularly say in them. So I'm gonna work it up with I'm gonna work him up with different yarn, and see how it works out. See how, I mean, it didn't take long at all to work him up, but some of the instructions I don't really think they're not for beginners, more kind of you know what you're doing type of beginner with amigurumi, because everybody's instructions are written totally different. I know that traditional amigurumi, you're not supposed to slip stitch and chain or anything like that to start a new row. You're just supposed to go into your first stitch from that row to start your round for the next one. This one doesn't do that, and I don't really like how, I mean, he's cute. Don't get me wrong, he's cute, but he's not what I would call great. Great. And I didn't put on one of the things that I didn't even get to because I'm like, I'm done. I'm done. All right. I'm at the last stitch. This is the last stitch right here. Let me move my hook out of the way so you can see it. So I just did this one. So this one right here is the last stitch. So we're going to do one more double crochet. And that's the end of row 3. Now, I forgot to mention this before, but this is only a 2-row repeat. So we just did a double crochet row. So we're going to chain 1 for row 4, turn our work. And now in the very first stitch, we're going to do the single crochet. Again, the chain 1 does not count as anything. Single crochet. And then in the next stitch, double crochet. And then in the next, single crochet. Again, the tighter that you can get that single crochet, the better that double crochet is going to pop out on the other side. Double crochet into the next, and that is the repeat. Single, double, all the way to the end, and your last stitch should be a double crochet. If it's not a double crochet, then there was something missed, or you're using the turning chain, which is not counted in this pattern. This stitch pattern might be called something else, but I'm calling it the Poppin stitch. I thought that was kind of cute. I was almost going to say Poppin fresh dough, but nah, I'm not going to do that. But single I don't know if I'll have anything for Friday, because I just don't know if I'll have anything. I'm still waiting on my last Crochet Nation newspaper. I reached out to them and they told me that if I don't have it by the 2nd of July, that I can let them know and they'll send another issue out for me. Apparently, because, I mean, it's nice to know they've got a lot of people subscribed to that one, that it's taking a little bit longer for some subscribers to receive their issue, but this is the second time it's happened. I mean, they're, like I said, they're really great about getting another one sent out to you, but you have to wait until a certain time before they'll do that. And I understand that. If it's being delayed, it's being delayed. I know that we had the holiday on the 19th, which delayed some mail and all that, but I really want to see what they have for June. My July one will be getting processed probably by the time I get my June. It's like, but I'm not going to harp on the company. They've been pretty good. Like I said, if you reach out to them because you missed an issue, they'll say, well, we have until we have, this is our expected time frame for delivery, because the more people we have, the longer it's going to take to receive your issue. Again, no problem. They said, but if I don't receive it by the 2nd, to let them know. So if I don't receive by the 2nd, I'll be sending an email. I'll be replying to the email they sent me last. All right, so I'm down to the last 2 stitches, a single crochet in the second to last, and then a double in the last stitch. Again, you may need to turn your work to see that this is actually the last stitch right here. The one below it is the turning chain. We're not doing anything in that turning chain. And then we're going to double crochet into that. Okay. And now I'm going to chain 1, but I'm going to show you what it looks like now on this side. So here we go. Here's how the stitches are kind of popping out there. The double crochets are a little bit laid back, and the single doubles are popping out from the previous row, which looks really cool. And then for this row, you would repeat row 1 or row 2, however you want to say it, but it's basically the same. You put 1 double crochet into every stitch, including the first stitch, and then until you have the size that you want. Now I'm thinking about using this in a pattern, but I don't know if it's going to be with this Sweet Dream yarn. I'm thinking it looks really good with this. This is how it looks again with a variegated. It does pop out. It's very little pops, but that does pop out with this stitch. Now, some people don't understand why there's green in this, and it is a little bit darker than I think it for baby colors. But they're all pastel pretty much. Pastel colors in this. The blue, the purple, the pink, the green, the yellow. I think it's great baby colors. And if you don't know what the sex of the baby's going to be, because they either don't want people to know or they don't want to know. But that's how it looks. And again, I used my 4mm Susan Bates hook, and it worked up fine with this hook. I had no problems with it. Yeah. So again, for the after today, expect to see another color from the Premier Basix DK line in a different stitch pattern to show you what it would look like worked up in that particular stitch, and then we'll do a tutorial for that stitch as well. Now this one here, this one I did change it. I did change the turning chain here. But I tried it in this color here, which I normally use all the time. And it was kind of hard. I mean, I see it now. Like if I run my fingers up underneath that and kind of push them out, they do pop out a little bit. But not as much as you can see in this one or this one. This one really pops on this one. And I even used a larger hook than what they recommended. So, but this is an acrylic 4-weight. This is what it looks like in this style of yarn. See, some of them aren't popping. Some of them are. Um, and that's why I went and looked for a different yarn to use for the tutorial today, because I wanted you guys to be able to see this definition on the stitch. So, all right, well, I think that's going to be it for today's tutorial. If you've ever used this stitch before, let me know in the comment section and what you know it as. Like I said, I'm calling it the Poppin stitch. That's just what I'm going to go by. With it. And if you think about if you do make anything with this stitch, let me know as well. And what did you think of how it looked in with the Premier Basix DK Multi that just was released a couple Tuesday, well, it'll be 2 weeks ago when you guys see this, because there's also a new one coming out later today. Shh. I'm gonna try to get a video for you to show you guys, and I think some of my viewers might like it, some of you might not. I don't know. It all depends on what type of stuff you crochet. So that's with a 4, that's with a 7, and that was a 5, right? Yeah, 5 bulky for this one. And this is what it looks like if you use. Now this one here, I used a 6mm crochet hook for the 4, the worsted weight. And I did a different way that I did the stitch to the starting and the stop. The start and end of each row is a little different than what I just show you guys, but I wanted to show you this anyways because I did work it up, so might as well show you. Let me show you that again. See, some of the stitches are popping and some of them are still kind of down, and I don't know why, but it is what it is. Maybe that yarn's just not good for that kind of stitch. You know, I don't know. All right. Well, again, if you have used this stitch before, know it by another name, let me know in the comment section. If you're thinking about using this stitch, wonderful. Let me know what you make. And check back later to see if I was able to get a video out for the newest yarn released by Premier. Now, Wednesdays, I always do the weekly sales, but Wednesday's going to be a little bit different because, well, it'll be a new month. There'll be new monthly deals. So if you're seeing this video today and there's something on there that was on sale for the monthly deals, you might want to get in there before they're gone, because who knows what they're going to have next month, because next month or tomorrow, it is next month, but they're doing their online warehouse sale. So I will be doing videos on top of my normal videos every day once that launches as well, so you guys can get good deals on whatever, yarns or your favorites, some of them that you've been thinking about trying. But all right, well, if you liked today's video, please give me a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content and haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe and then hit the notification bell so you're always aware of when I put out new content. Until next time, I hope you all stay safe, stay warm or cool, and happy crocheting. Bye-bye.